It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And one of the epic nights in the NBA. We welcome you to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the West All-Stars going up against the East All-Stars. Both the East and West have so many ways to attack. It's always hard to predict just what's going to happen at the All-Star Game, but whatever happens, you know it'll be entertaining. Every one of these players wants to be at his very best on such a huge stage. And here we go, getting our popcorn and butter and other treats. Ready for the main affair. Lots of people have talked about ways to try and make this game more interesting. Shaq, your thoughts on that?
Well, bigger prize money, Ernie. You know, that'll bring the guys like LeBron and those guys out. You know, when I was coming up, all the big guys showed up. Michael, Dominique, Bird, Magic. Now, these guys sitting on the sideline with the cheap little sunglasses. They need to get those Shaq sunglasses, by the way.
I would say, I add in a 5-10.
Ooh.
No, you can't be
It's
messing
all about
with the game
fun,
like
Ernie.
that. No, you can't be messing with the game.
Hey, you know why I didn't? You know why I took so? You know why I took so many threes, Ernie?
No.
You know why I took so many threes?
Yes.
Why?
Because you didn't want to play inside.
Nope.
Because
they
that's
didn't
where
have
guys
fours.
get hurt.
If they would have fours, I would have taken them.
No.
That's a good one, Kenny.
Kevin Harlan, take
Gotta
it
give
away.
it up to him for that one, Ernie. Because they didn't have fours.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement from the coaches to the players to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all the sports, in my opinion. We have the best players.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
Good, and Paul gets the assist. 8 points for Paul George.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Here's James. Great touch on the 16-footer.
And as usual, neither team really grinding too hard at the defensive end.
And I think that's okay in this event. I mean, I say the more highlights, the better.
Here's Westbrook. Nobody near George. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Outside Wall. Outside DeRozan. They set the screen. Pass to A-Train. Just 5 to shoot. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. The kick out to Westbrook. Outside Leonard from the arc. And James pulls it down.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you've got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
Paul kicks to Leonard. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Westbrook with the steal. And now Westbrook Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And he gets it to go.
And no player in the league has done more to earn his spot in this game than he has. I mean, he's having a terrific season.
He sure is. Excellence on a consistent basis for him. I mean, he's been their rock all year.
They set the screen. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Absolutely awesome to watch Antetokounmpo rise up for these throwdowns. I mean, it's really quite easy for him.
Lets it fly from 18. It's John Wall with the rebound.
Not surprising he missed that one, though, Kevin. I mean, the defense was very aggressive on him there.
And he uses the glass on the layup. And it's a 7-point East All-Star lead.
And he's got one heck of a burst on his way to the bucket. Wall is at his best when he's driving the lane, going from 0 to 60 in an instant.
A big group substitution here for the East. Zinkas, he's checked in for LeBron. Hayward comes in for Antetokounmpo. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Kyle Lowry in for John Wall. Gasol passes to Harden. From outside, off the mark.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start.
Oh,
my goodness. Watch out. Oh, and the crowd goes crazy after seeing that finish.
Yep, a throwdown appropriate for the occasion. That's how to get these fans revved up and excited.
It's tipped. Here's Gasol. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. Gasol's got his first bucket of the night. Lowry kicks to Hayward. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Inside, here's Davis. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Now just a 5-point East All-Star lead. Lowry with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Gasol is screen on low. Harden dishes to Gasol. A putback. That shot, no good. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way.
It's just one of those games for him so far. Nothing seems to be finding the bottom of the net.
Barnes against Hayward. There's the pick. A three ball. Here's Porzingis. Buries it down low. And now a 9-point East All-Star lead.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Davis kicks to Barnes. Davis sets a screen. Barnes passes to Gasol. And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over. .59 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's A-Train. Screen by Porzingis. Here's A-Train, and that one is stuck right through.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Butler kicks to Gasol. 32 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a three. It's blocked. And it ends up out of bounds. No keep possession.
I play defense.
.24 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
They're struggling to knock down those threes here in the early going.
And, you know, sometimes you want to work it inside, see the ball go down, and that'll build your confidence from long range. Play inside out.
A-Train, the pass to Hayward. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. They get Marc Gasol.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
And Hayward, no good on that one.
And, you know, there's no question about it. Hayward is an exciting player and an athletic forward who can really, really score.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Yeah, he's so creative with the ball and his ability to shake free from bigger guys to knock down those triples. Oh, that's a thing of beauty there.
And so it's the East All-Stars with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. A great event unfolding. One quarter of basketball already played. And welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And, guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the East All-Stars, Lowry out there with Victor Oladipo. And there's Porzingis. Then there's A-Train. And it's Hayward in at the 3 slot.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
Barnes against Hayward. It's deflected. Here's A-Train. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. It's stolen by Davis. On the wing, Barnes. Defended by Hayward. Barnes can't get it to go.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. And we'll see if that's the answer.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And stolen by Hayward. Feeds to Lowry. The pass to A-Train. He dishes it to Oladipo. Barnes outside. Harden outside. Gasol, a screen on Lowry. Count that one. The East All-Stars lead has been cut down to 7 on the bucket from Gasol.
You've got to respect and you can't sleep on the passing ability of Harden. Love how he zips it over to open teammates.
Here's A-Train, defended by Gasol. And it's good, 2 points. 6 points for A-Train.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 6 points for Marc Gasol.
Boy, the confidence of Gasol on the block is really impressive to see. I mean, once he gets good positioning, he goes right to work.
Here's A-Train, and Davis sends it back. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Off target with this 3.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing the shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing. And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
Lowry against Harden. Here's Davis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Whiteside's checked in for Porzingis. Then for the West All-Stars, Jokic comes in for Marc Gasol. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Butler.
You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And he's just always an easy target on the alley-oop. With Whiteside's size and wingspan, it's just a matter of putting the ball up there where only he can go get it.
Harden kicks to Davis. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
They set the pick. Hayward can't hit.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
And stolen by Hayward. Here's Oladipo. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the East All-Stars.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the East. Ball comes in for Kyle Lowry. The West also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Anthony Davis. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Barnes. And it's Paul in for James Harden. And it's Leonard missing. He's with the ball. Hayward dishes the wall. Here's A-Train. Now on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Outside Westbrook. It's stolen by DeRozan. And here they come. Here's A-Train. The kick out to Wall. And the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smart.
And so it's the East All-Stars. Enjoy. And welcome back to the second half of the NBA All-Star Game. Always an exciting. A-Train, he's checked in for Andre Drummond.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star Game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. We got Kawhi Leonard. Durant is out there with Paul George. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star Game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star Game.
And Westbrook, here we go. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Paul.
CP3 showing off his supreme stroke from deep. He is a dynamic offensive player.
Antetokounmpo against George. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, it feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
Right side Leonard. Shoots from the right block, but he gets it back. Clock is at 3. He clangs that one off the back iron and down it falls. Leonard's got 12 in the game. Ball passes to A-Train. Drops in the layup for 2.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Chalk up 2 there. 10 points for Russell Westbrook.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
And they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Outside Leonard to the inside. All with the steal. Here's the break. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
Here's Westbrook. Rebound by A-Train. A-Train's got his 5th rebound in this one. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Open jump shot off the mark. Paul kicks to Leonard. Dishes it to George. Pass to Durant. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. Buries the jump shot. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
And when he's in range, KD doesn't much care about the defender. You're not going to bother him.
And Wall kicks to DeRozan. Outside, Antetokounmpo. There's a screen. LeBron outside. Lets it go with a 3. Drills it from outside. LeBron's got 15.
And 2 teammates there hooking up on that bucket. Always a little bit of an advantage to have guys out there who know each other.
It sure is. I mean, it eliminates some of that getting to know you feeling out period.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Anthony Davis is checked in for the West. Paul outside. Loads it up for Davis. Count that one in the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Here's LeBron. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Barnes is checked in for Paul George. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the East All-Stars.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
Westbrook against DeRozan. The kick out to Barnes. No good on the 3.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Paul dishes to Leonard. Westbrook with a wide open look, and he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Antetokounmpo's gone 6 of 7 so far. Boy, he's making it look easy here, isn't he? Davis sets a screen. Barnes with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Barnes passes to Davis. They need this. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Nice D from A-Train. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Wall passes to A-Train. There's the screen. Back to Wall. To the paint. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Westbrook kicks to Paul. He feeds it to Barnes, right wing. Westbrook dishes to Leonard. Paul outside, down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes up from the top of the key, Davis. And it's the East with the rebound. A-Train's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Antetokounmpo passes to A-Train. Back to Wall. DeRozan. To the inside, A-Train, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there. Terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Now here's Paul. He's got 5. Westbrook kicks to Barnes. From the baseline. Count it.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. They set the pick. Kicks it to DeRozan. Over Westbrook. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Russell Westbrook. The East All-Stars have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Andre Drummond's checked in for James. Hayward comes in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Kyle Lowry in for John Wall. Butler dishes to Harden. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Harden's got 8 points.
And sometimes, Kevin, there's just no way to stop Harden. When he's that close, I mean, he's going to get his shot off over the defense.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Oladipo, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Outside Butler. And Davis now, top of the key. Butler is screen on Hayward. Harden up top, now recovering, and the basket by Harden.
Well, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them relieved.
Now Lowry, he has 5. Off the screen, and play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Well, you still got to know the situation and be aware. I mean, he wasn't getting to that ball. Best to not get out of control and pick up that foul.
Harden kicks to Barnes. Davis sets a screen. Outside Butler. Over Oladipo. They get it again. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Hayward passes to Lowry. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. And here's Harden. 10 points for him. Jokic with it. The kick out to Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. The 3 from Harden. Rebound by the East All-Stars. A-Train's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Over Butler. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
A-Train, the pass to Oladipo. They set the pick. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Oladipo's got 6.
Now that's remarkable work inside from Oladipo. Not afraid to go up against the big guys down low.
Now the feed to Davis. Butler on the wing. Over Oladipo. Shot's good from Butler. Butler's got his first basket of the night.
And, you know, that's Butler's bread and butter now. I mean, a superb mid-range shooter. The defense has to be better.
And the East All-Stars call time here. So for the West, Marcus All's checked in for Anthony Davis. Durant comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's George in for Jimmy Butler. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Here's A-Train. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. He's made all 3 of his free throws so far. He misses the free throw. That one is no good. Here's West now. They trail by 18. George dishes to Harden. Right side Gasol. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
It's funny, for so long, Brother Powell was thought to have the much better career, but Mark has made the gap between them all the more closer.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
The defense has to be better. I mean, they were fortunate that he missed that mid-range jumper. It certainly wasn't because of the defense.
Harden kicks to Gasol. Outside Durant. Gasol setting the pick for Durant. Shot clock at 5. And George gets it to go.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional. Catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
Lowry passes to A-Train.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
And so it's the East All-Stars. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
Hayward out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's A-Train. Then there's Lowry. And it's DeRozan in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. Ball outside. Fade away. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Lowry passes to A-Train. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 6 rebounds in the game. In the corner, George with it. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. George has gotten only 1 of his 3s to drop for him. He's got 5 attempts. Here's A-Train. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 4 assists in the game. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Harden kicks to George. Gasol setting the pick for George. Pass to Gasol. Gasol a screen. Here's Harden. No good on the shot. Nice D from DeRozan. Here's A-Train, defended by Gasol. And DeRozan kicks to Drummond. pass to A-Train, and he uses the glass on the layup. A-Train's got 17 now, just in the second half.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Back to Harden. Shoots over DeRozan. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Durant. And 12 points for James Harden.
And Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the pumping.
Drummond a screen. Here's Hayward. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Here's what the East is going with right now. James checked in for Andre Drummond, and John Wall subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the West. Russell Westbrook comes in for James Harden. And DeRozan kicks to Hayward. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got assist number 5 here tonight. Hayward's gone 1 of 3 from three-point land. Ball outside. And Clark, we know that players are evaluated in a historical perspective, largely by how many rings they have. Do you think that's a fair way to evaluate things?
I don't think you can solely evaluate an individual player in a team sport by the number of rings he's been able to win. Clearly, it can be part of the criteria, especially if you're talking about great players who have had similar careers. It can be a differentiator. But to me, it doesn't necessarily carry the weight that some people like to give it in evaluating players. Individual performance over time is what, to me, marks the hallmark of a player worthy of Hall of Fame consideration or being talked about being one of the greats in the game.
Kept alive. Here's Hayward. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Hayward's got 8 points here in this quarter. On the wing, George. Here's the dish to Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
James dishes to DeRozan. Over Westbrook. Out to Hayward. Feeds it to Wall. Outside DeRozan. James against Durant.
We're watching a legend. And LeBron James said he's chasing a ghost. He wants to be the greatest player of all time.
And we just had one of the closer MVP races in recent memory. Clark, do you define the MVP as a player with the most impressive stats, or the best player on the best team, or somewhere in between?
Kevin, to me, the MVP is an individual award. Clearly, we play a team game in the NBA, and a team's performance is part of that, but it's a small part of it to me. An MVP performance is one that not only has consistent, high-level statistical production, influences winning at a good rate, but also stands out in the magnitude of the moments this player has over the course of the season. Those two things drive the needle for me as an MVP voter if I had such a vote. A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
There's a good screen. Wall passes to Antetokounmpo. Off the pick. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Kevin Durant.
And Antetokounmpo is just fearless. I mean, hit him, knock him around, really doesn't faze him, doesn't matter. I mean, this guy is determined to get the job done, and he does.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Right side comes in for LeBron. And it's Victor Oladipo in for DeMar DeRozan. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Butler's checked in. And Cousins kicks to Leonard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Clark, we have seen an influx of players who function as point forwards for their team. How difficult is that to deal with as a defender?
I think it's really hard. I think it just speaks to the versatility of a player. If a guy has forward size but point guard skills, then I think that makes him more valuable to his team and more difficult to defend because he can start offense, not just for himself, but for his team. And that puts your defense in a little bit of a quandary as to how you're going to deal with that kind of versatility in terms of scoring and playmaking.
Cousins. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Outside Westbrook. And Clark, we've heard the term empty stats for players that put up big numbers but didn't impact the game to the same level of those numbers. What do you think about empty stats?
I'm mixed on empty stats. Clearly some stats impact winning more than others, but in this day of analytics, some of the stats that apparently document impact in winning may be overdone as well. Statistics are statistics. They're part of the game, and you evaluate them in the context of a number of variables. So they're here to stay. Empty is probably too strong because they're part of the game. He's simply just willing himself to the line here.
Jokic has checked in for the West. Timeout called, East All-Stars.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
He hits the second from the line. And so here are the West All-Stars. Jokic a screen. Westbrook kicks to Cousins. Outside Leonard. Clock at 6. And it's the East with the rebound.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Ball passes to A-Train. Right side a screen. Back to Wall. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Butler kicks to Jokic. And Whiteside sends it back.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Clark, when we talk about the importance of what a player can do, how important is it for a player to know what they cannot do?
Very important. Understanding who you are and what your skill set is and how that fits with your team, critically important. Not only knowing it, but then embracing your role within your particular limitations, skill set, and teamwork.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the East. And West also making a switch. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Barnes can't get it to go. Here are the East All-Stars. Here's A-Train. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Both free throws good from A-Train. Here's Westbrook. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
This is where we see Cousins a lot. He's always up there among the lead leaders in free throw attempts. It's so hard to handle in the post, but D just never knows what to do with it.
But they recover it. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Screen by Cousins. 6 to shoot. Antetokounmpo against Barnes. And too long on the shot.
And, Kevin, this team is struggling a bit right now. I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court.
Tell you what, you got to give Butler credit. He's good at sensing when his guys are wide open, and he gets the ball to him right away.
Lowry passes to A-Train. Clark, we've seen the bench celebration become almost an art form in the NBA over the past few seasons. Are you surprised this is a thing now?
Not at all. Again, when everything is captured and documented, and you're going to have creativity and attention-grabbing celebration, so it's just part of the landscape. And you know what? It's important for big men to be able to shoot from deep in today's game, and shot selection important. Good shot selection there.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Count it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Excellent awareness from Antetokounmpo. Sensing the chance to impose his will inside and then capitalizing really easily.
The pass to Cousins. Barnes kicks to Jokic. The 8-footer. Second chance shot. No good there. Excellent D that time from A-Train. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. To the wing on the left. And here's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Cousins.
And how about all these dunks? I mean, this game's been a complete crowd pleaser, no doubt.
I know, I'm loving it. These players are really strutting their stuff tonight. Showtime!
Butler kicks to Cousins. Here's Jokic. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 1:36 left in the fourth. Now, here's Oladipo. He kicks it to Lowry. They set the pick. Back to Oladipo. Lowry against Westbrook. He couldn't stay in bounds, and that's going to be a turnover.
Wow.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Vucevic has checked in. Then for the West All-Stars, Marcus All's checked in for Cousins. And Chris Paul subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Paul kicks to Jokic. And here's Barnes for 3. Rebounded by A-Train. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that. And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Jokic a screen. Shot off the pick, and the bank shot is good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Passes to A-Train. And he dunks it down.
Kevin, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Gasol is screen on Lowry. Great D that time for Vucevic. Lowry dishes to Antetokounmpo. Here's the screen. So it's the East All-Stars winning this one easily.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent across the NBA.
It seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? Huh? So fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. We thank all of you for joining us and watching with us. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time